Welcome everyone to MKCL's Learning Co. Learning Co is a modern teaching solution for all. It's very user friendly and simple to understand. In this short tutorial, we are going to understand in detail about all the features of Learning Co. Before we begin, you must have received URL link of Learning Co, a user ID and password from concerned authorities in your institute. This link, password and user ID would be helpful for understanding Learning Co and using it. So let's begin. Click on the URL you have received. It will direct you to this page. This is Learning Co's landing page. On this page you will find Teachers Login tab. Click on that tab. You will be directed to the login page of Learning Co. Search the name of your institute and select it. Now enter your user ID and password. Now log in the system. This is dashboard of Learning Co. Over here you will see your name. On this dashboard you will see tabs such as teaching plan, presentation, students, reports, conducting class online. This all tabs will be discussed in detail in further session. Over here you have got Learning Assistant tab. Once you click on Learning Assistant tab, you will be directed to this page. On this page you can search about the topics you want to teach to students. If you are not comfortable with English language, you can also change the language of Learning Co to Hindi or Marathi. So let's begin and understand in detail about Learning Co and all the aspects of Learning Co.
Let's begin. We are on the Learning Co homepage. Now click on register to use free. You can see 3 different plans are available. You can choose any plans according to your requirement. The features of all the plans are shown here. Let's click on use free. Now enter your 10-digit mobile number. OTP will be sent on this mobile. Enter your OTP and click on verify. Now you have to provide your personal details. Let's fill in the personal details. After filling the details, click on next. Now you have to provide the details about your institute. Let us fill these details. There are 4 types of institutes: school, which provide education up to 10th standard, then junior college, which provide education for 11th and 12th standard, then senior colleges, which provide graduate and postgraduate degree education, and coaching classes which provide personal tuitions and classes. For this example, let's select schools. Enter the address of the institute. Now comes the SPOC details. SPOC means single point of contact. This is the first teacher from your institute who will register for MKCL Learning Co. The SPOC will act as a point of coordination between the school and MKCL. Click on Consider me as SPOC. Now enter the personal details of SPOC. Carefully put the employee code as this will be your username. If possible, provide a separate email ID for SPOC. Now click on Submit. If you click on Fill Details, you can see your current profile. You can edit this profile later. When you click on Get Link, an SMS will be sent to your mobile number. This SMS will contain the link for MKCL Learning Co app. Please share this link with your students. Now click on Next. Here you can see the introduction video and user manual. Click on the video to play the introduction video. Click on the user manual to see the presentation of user manual. The user manual will show you necessary requirements to start and run MKCL Learning Co. Now let's go to dashboard. Here you can see the licenses which are currently active. If you wish to upgrade your license, then click on Buy Plan. You can buy a new license by clicking on Purchase Plan button. If you face any difficulty while setting up MKCL Learning Co, click on Support and get assistance from our customer care. Now click at the profile icon at the top and click on Institute Profile. Here you can edit your institute profile as required. You can also add your institute logo by clicking on pencil icon as shown here. You can reset the teacher's password from here. When you click on the reset password button, your password is changed and is set same to your user ID. For example, if your user ID is 1001, then your password will also be reset to 1001. So this was all about how to purchase and activate your license in MKCL Learnico.
In this video, you will see the process to configure Classroom in Learnico. Firstly, click on the Profile option. You can see the options like Management, Learning Assistant, Configuration, Upload Institute logo, etc. To configure Classroom, click on Configuration option. After clicking, you will see the options like Classroom, Subject, Teachers, Students and Add Parameter. As we have to configure the Classroom, click on Classroom option. You can see that already 2 classrooms are configured here. Let's configure new classroom now. Click on the option tab. You can see 2 options, download template and upload classroom. Click on download template option. The template will be downloaded. Now open the Excel sheet and you will see that 2 classrooms that were already configured are there in the sheet. Now let's add the new classroom. You have to insert the information like classroom code, classroom name, classroom short name, description about the classroom and standard. After inserting, save the file. Now go to Learnico and click on the option tab. This time we have to click on upload classroom option and upload the Excel sheet which we have saved. You can now see the new classroom that is created. You can also edit and update the information by clicking on the edit option. You can even delete the classroom if you want. In this way, you can configure new classroom in Learnico. Firstly, click on the profile option. You can see options like Management, Learning Assistant, Configuration, Upload Institute logo, etc. To add teachers, click on Configuration. After clicking, you will see 5 options that are Classrooms, Subjects, Teachers, Students and Add Parameters. Click on Teachers option. Here you can see there are 4 teachers already added in this institute. Let's add more teachers. For that, you have to click on the option tab. After clicking, you can see 2 options, download template and upload teachers. Click on download template option. The template will be downloaded. Open the sheet and you will see the 4 names of the teachers that are already added in the system. Now let's add more teachers. You have to insert the employee ID of the teacher, their name and contact number. But contact number is optional. Save the sheet. Again go to Learnico and click on the option tab. This time we have to click on the upload teacher option and upload the Excel sheet that we have saved. Click on upload. Now you can see the names of the 3 teachers which we have added. You can even edit or delete the teachers if there is any change in the information. In this way, you can add new teachers in Learnico.
Now let's see further to add subjects and units in particular classrooms. After logging into Teachers Login, on the screen, first you will see the teacher's name on the top and dashboard on the screen. To add subjects into classroom, click on the profile of a teacher. After clicking, you can see various options on the screen. To add subjects, click on Configuration under Settings tab. On the screen, you will see 5 options, that is Classroom, Subjects, Teachers, Students and Parameters. Since we want to add a new subject, click on Subject. Here you can see 5 subjects are already available. Now click on Options. After clicking on Options, you can see 2 options: Download template and Upload subject. Now click on Download template. The template will be downloaded. Open that template file. You can see 5 subjects are already added. To add new subjects, we just need to enter subject code, name and subject sort. After that, save the sheet. Again, go back to Learningo and click on Options tab. Upload the Excel file which we have already saved. Now click on Upload option. Here you can see a new subject, that is written communication skill, is added. You can edit the subject name and short name from here. This way you can add new subjects in Learningo.
Here, you can see the dashboard of your classroom. Click here to get the main menu. Click on Configuration. Click on the Students tab. Here, it says No students uploaded. Click here for more options. Click on Download the template. Your template is downloaded. Now you need to fill the student information like name, gender, unique identification number, standard and a unique PIN for every student. This PIN should be easy for students to remember. A PIN should be 6-digit number. It should not start with 0. As you can see, I have filled all the information. I will save the sheet with preferred name. Now it's ready to upload. Go to your classroom page, click on Upload. Check the requirements once again. Click here. Select the sheet that you saved. Click Open. You can see the file is captured here. Now click on Upload. You can see the student list is uploaded successfully. From more options, you can load all student data at once. You can print the pins for sharing it with the students. You can upload more students in the same way. You can also edit or delete the student details from the Actions tab. So that's all about the student list uploading process. Now let us see how student images are uploaded. As you can see, the student details are without images here. click on More Options. There, click on Upload Learner Images. Read the instructions for naming the image. Before starting the process, you need to save the images in a folder so as to easily access them while uploading. Here, I have named the images as per the student's unique identification number. This will automatically match the image with the student details. Now go back to the upload page. Click here. Open the image folder. You can select all the images at once and click on Open. All the images you select will get captured. Click on Upload. Now the images are successfully uploaded. Refresh the page once. You can now see all the images are assigned to the respective student. It's done. The student configuration process is now completed.
After logging into Teachers Login, on the screen, first you will see teacher's name on the top and a dashboard on the screen. To add report parameters, click on the profile of a teacher. After clicking, you can see various options on a screen. To add parameters, click on Configuration under Settings tab. On the screen, you will see 5 options, that is Classroom, Subject, Teachers, Students and Add Parameters. Since here we want to add parameters, click on Add Parameters tab on the dashboard. Now click on Add Parameters on the right corner. On the screen, you will see a new window is opened up. On the window, there are 3 options available, that is Group Name, Group Description and the Tags. For example, here the group name is Bloom Taxonomy. Group description is Bloom's taxonomy used to classify educational learning objectives into levels of complexity and specificity. Tags. We will add 6 levels as tags like this: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. This way you can add new parameters in Learnico. These report parameters will help you to evaluate students' understanding and knowledge of the subject. Thank you.
After logging into Learnico, the first you can see is the teacher's name, that is Hello, Soumitra Nivalkar. There are 5 main sections in the home page, that are teaching plans, presentations, students, reports, conduct class online. Let's see the detailed functioning of all one by one. Teaching plan. A teaching plan is the instructor's roadmap of what students need to learn and how it will be done effectively during the class time. Currently, as there are 4 subjects in the system, it is showing the number 4 under the teaching plan. Click on it. You can see the 4 subjects which are already available for this institute. When you register your institute, you will find 0 subjects here. So, to create a new teaching plan, we have to click on Create Teaching Plan option. You will see a pop-up window asking for Select Classroom and Select Subject. As an example, we will create the teaching plan for FEENTC, Basic Electronics Laboratory. Click on Confirm. You can see the subject of Basic Electronics Laboratory created here. Click on it. It will ask you to upload the teaching plan. For uploading, we first have to create it with the help of the template. So click on Download Template option on the right side. The template will be downloaded. Open the template. You can see the example of how you have to enter the unit name, subtopics, date of completion. Now we have to edit the template according to our lesson plan. I have entered the first unit as logic gates and then the subtopics of the units like and, or, not, NAND, etc. Then you have to enter the due dates you plan to end the teaching of that specific topic. Similarly, I have entered the other unit's information. So now we are ready with our teaching plan in the required form. Save the Excel sheet. Now go to the Learnico site and upload the Excel sheet. You can directly drag and drop the sheet here, or you can select it from the saved location. Click on Upload. Click on Confirm. Here you can see your teaching plan is successfully created. If you want, you can add the units if there is any update. The topic name, planned date can be changed. You can even change the sequencing of the topics here. You can attach the presentation by clicking here. The option LA is the learning assistant, which will help to find the different articles related to the topics across the internet. Like you can see, when you click on YouTube icon, you get the links of various videos related to AND gate. Similarly, when you click on Google icon, you can see articles related to AND gate. In resource option, you can add your resources which you want to share with the students. When you click on resources, first you have to write the resource name, its description, and where the resource is related to. Like the resource is for complete plan, particular topic, or particular unit. Here I have entered the name of the resource as Logic Gate. Select the unit option as the resource contains information about the complete unit. Then click on Next. You have to choose the category of the resource. The resource category can be in the form of ebook, other materials, tutorial notes, question papers, etc. I have selected ebook option as the resource is in PDF format. Then drag, drop or insert the PDF file here and click on Next. The next step is to upload the thumbnail of the resource. Then click on Submit. Your resource is successfully uploaded here. When you go back to the teaching plan page, you can see that it is showing one resource. You can also add the unit after the preparation of teaching plan if required. Like here, I have added the unit Basic of Electronics and placed it after first unit. So now you can see Unit 2 is Basic of Electronics, in which further topics can also be added. Now go back to the dashboard and click on Conduct Class Online. You will see three options: Cancel, Continue Anyways and Sync Now. Click on Sync Now so that the new plan is updated on the system, the teacher's app and the student's app. In this way, you can prepare the complete teaching plan of your subject.
First, log in as a teacher in MKCL's Learnico. Click on Teaching Plan. Select appropriate subject. Find the topic and click on plus presentation. Write name and description of presentation. And click on create. The SuperPoint window will open up. Basics of SuperPoint. This is the main window of SuperPoint. This is work area where you create actual presentation. This is slide properties in which you can hide or delete current slide. At the left hand side corner, you can see three main options are available: Home, Insert and Format. In the Home tab, you can add different slides as per requirement. You can add questions and games also. In the Insert tab, you can add shapes, images, etc. In Format option, where you can format the selected items. Format option is dynamic, means we can format only those text, image, shapes which is selected. Format option changes for every element. Let's discuss every option in detail further. Add text in presentation. Format text. Format slide background. Add new slide. add and edit shapes, add images in presentation, format text background color, add questions in presentation. You can add interactive questions in SuperPoint. SuperPoint support different type of question. Let's add each type of question in the presentation. MCQ single. Click on create a new question. Add questions and options by click on edit icon. Drop correct option in correct bucket. Now you can see the mobile view of question. MCQ question is successfully added. MCQ multiple. Add question and options by click on edit icon and drop correct option in a correct bucket. MCQ multiple is successfully added. True and false. Add questions and options by click on edit icon. Drop correct option in a correct bucket. True and false question is successfully added. Fill in the blank question. Add questions and options by click on edit icon. Drop correct option in a correct bucket. Paragraph sequencing. Add questions and options by click on edit icon. Drop the options in the bucket in the correct sequence and save the question. Classification. Add questions and options by click on edit icon. Create buckets as per classification types. Drop options in an appropriate bucket and save the question. Next unique feature of SuperPoint is Add Games. It is Word Cloud Game. Let's add Word Cloud Game in the presentation. Game means fun and education, but we can also use this game feature for many purposes. To understand basic knowledge of student on specific topic, to understand student attention in class or not, to create competitive atmosphere in a class, and many more. For one word game, do not click on this box and simply save. Game is successfully added. If you want an answer in a sentence from a student, then you can click on Allow Sentence box. Let's add one more game to Allow Sentence in a word cloud game. Add video. There is a two way of adding video in presentation. One is upload video from computer. In this, you can upload the video from your PC. Second, YouTube video. You can add YouTube video directly by adding URL of video here. You can select specific time frame for YouTube video, so no need to see entire YouTube video from start to end. your presentation is ready. Save the presentation. Save presentation by clicking Save option. Now your presentation is saved. Let's see some features of SuperPoint. Drawing mode. In drawing mode, you can freely draw anything on slide. Undo and redo option. Undo and redo options are available at left top corner. Timer. For question, there is one more slide properties option is available. Timer. You can add timer for answering the questions, so student have to answer the question within a time assigned to the question.
And now we are going to understand how to conduct a classroom in this session. Come on the Learningo page, enter the teacher's login. On the dashboard, you would be seeing Conduct Class Online option. Click on that option. As soon as you click on the option, you will get this message where you will be asked to sync the data of the previous classes. So sync the data. There are prerequisites before conducting the classroom. One of them is giving students their login IDs. Once you click on students, you will see the list of the students that are there and you can see the pins associated to each student. Before conducting the classroom, make sure that each and every student that is going to attend the classroom has a student pin. After sharing the student pin with all your students, start taking the classroom. Once you click on Conduct Class Online option, you would be directed to this dashboard. Over here you can see recently conducted subjects. On this dashboard, you would be seeing the classes that are there in Learningo. For example, I have created BMM Mass Media class. So this class is over here and FE Computers class. Let's click on BMM Mass Media class. Once you click on the class, you will find the subjects that are associated in that class. Let's click on Communication Skills. Over here, you can see the Communication Skills teaching plan. When you want to conduct the classroom, you will be seeing this. In this communication skills teaching plan, you can see that all the topics have been mentioned and presentations that have been pre-created are been mentioned over here. Before starting your classroom, you need to create your presentations and your presentations that are pre-created would be visible over here. Click on the presentation to start your classroom. Once you click on the presentation, you would be seeing this. Over here you can see the details about the presentation that has been created already. On this dashboard, you can see the classroom pin. Once you see the classroom pin, you need to share that with your students and wait for students to log in. I've shared a classroom pin with my students and the students have logged in. PPT has been downloaded over here and now you can start preview. Over here, there is also an option for giving instructions to students. For example, read chapter 4 before attending this class. I also want to mention one thing. You are going to continuously conduct classroom training for students. Once a student has logged in using this classroom pin in his app, the next time you begin a classroom, the students will get notification in the students app showing the live classrooms that are being conducted. The entering classroom pin activity for student is a one-time activity. Therefore, once the student has logged in using the classroom pin, next time need not do the same process again. So now let's start. Let's click on preview and start. Over here you have two options. Start without broadcast and start with broadcast. Now let's click on start with broadcast mode and understand further. Over here you are going to project yourself in front of students so you can check how is your video cam working or is your audio working. You can create a preview and then check it also. So once you click on preview, you can see the video has been created and you can see the live video. You can download this video also to check if the audio and video quality is proper or not. Once you have checked this and you have made sure everything is right, you can begin. You can skip the preview mode. As soon as you enter this, it will ask you to choose publishing mode. So there are two types of publishing modes, that is live classroom mode and broadcast mode. So we will discuss live classroom mode first and then the broadcast mode. So let's first discuss the live classroom mode. Click on live classroom mode and then go to next. Over here it will check the connection status. In this window you can see that it is checking the connection state. So accordingly it will guide you about the internet connection and internet connectivity. Once it has given the signal to go, you can start the presentation. Click on start presentation. So this is the presentation. So this is the presentation window. There are total 13 slides. This indicates the number of slides that there are there in the presentation. Over here you can see the close presentation option. Once you are done with your presentation, you can close it. From here you can change the slide. When you click on next slide, the next slide is visible. You can also go on the previous slide. Over here you can see the classroom pin is displayed. If some students are joining in late and you want to share the classroom pin with them, you can share the classroom pin with them from here. You can see this number of learners that are active. Once you drag your mouse cursor on active learners, you can see the list of names of the learners that are active. And also once you click on inactive mode, you can see the list of learners that are inactive. Whenever the learner closes his app or is using some other app, the learner will be displayed as inactive. You can see that you have got 2 likes right now. So whenever the student likes the presentation or whenever the student likes the particular slide, you can see the like option over here. Checking interactivity of students, if they have understood or not, or if they have understood a concept or not, you can ask the learners to give a thumbs up or give a like option if they've understood the concept, so that you can move on to the next slide and discuss the next concept. The learners have any doubt, they will raise questions. So whenever a learner raises a question, you can see the question mark option is displayed over here. If you drag your cursor on it, you can see who has raised the question. You have to go on the chat option and see that what is the question that is raised by the student. Whenever a student raises a question, you will see the question in the chat window, and in front of the question you can see the Q mark and also the name of the student if you drag the cursor on that student's name. This is a chat feature. You can chat with the students during the lecture and discuss on this chat feature. All the chats would be appearing over here, but the questions would be marked with Q. So you can understand which are the questions that are asked by students and which are the normal chats. Now whenever the student has doubt and he wants to talk to you and use the mic option, you will have this commands coming on your screen. It is your decision to accept it or dismiss it, allowing the student to speak. If you accept the option, you can hear the student and you can have a chat with the student. Now let's see other features. So while conducting classroom, once you click on setting, this is the setting of the conference. If you want to share your webcam with them, you can click on this. Once you click on this, your video is shared with the students. Also on the task, you have an option of show video. Once you click on show video, you can see your own video over here in this small box. So you can interact with students in a better way using this option. You also have screen sharing option. If you want to share screen with your students, click on the screen sharing option. Over here you can see you can share your entire screen or an application on Windows or the Chrome tab. Right now I share the Learnico window on the Chrome tab with the students. Click on stop button to stop sharing your screen. But if you click on this mic option, you will mute your voice. Whatever you say, students won't be able to listen. If you want to have a group discussion between the students, you can click on this option. This enables all the students to speak at a time. You also have settings option. From here you can adjust your microphone setting, your speaker setting and your camera settings. You can also record your entire classroom by clicking on record mode. You can also re-establish connection. So whenever you are disconnected and you feel that you are reconnected, you can click on this to re-establish the connection. Now you can also see all the students over here. From here you can allow the students to use their microphone. or disable it. Once you click on this microphone, you're enabling the student to speak. Automatically, you can hear the student speak. You can also mute all from here. If you want to explain a particular point or highlight a particular point, you can highlight it using this. It is default. Or you want a blank screen, you can click on whiteboard and then write on that screen. To explain a concept or to explain a diagram, you can click on erase button to erase everything that's on whiteboard. If you want to go back to the PPT, you can select slide option. You are back on the PPT. Now let's see the questions. Now this is the PPT. The most important part is the interactive question answer session. So over here you can see on the screen the question is displayed and students also can see the question on their mobile application. They answer it and over here you can see how many students have answered. Now both the students have answered the question. You can see the stats. So one has answered B, one has answered C. You can see the correct answer also. So this is how you can discuss with the students. Now this is word cloud. As you must have designed a word cloud option, this is gamification that we have included in Learnico. Once all the students have expressed their answers, you can see the stats. Now interestingly, in the stats, you will see in this, the students have mentioned English, grammar. So this is how a word cloud would be created once the students answer. This is a YouTube video that you can share with your students. This video will be displayed in their mobile phone. So this was the last slide. As soon as you have completed the presentation, you will have this option from ahead. There are two options, close presentation and also this option, that is close and generate report. So click on close and generate report. So it will ask for your permission. Once you have closed the session, you can see the students over here. The toppers would be displayed over here. This data won't be shared with the students. In the students application, the lecture has ended, and after the lecture has ended, you can see the stats to understand if the classroom has understood or not. You can see the class performance. The class performance is average, only 20%. 5 questions were asked, 2 students were present, 13 slides were there and 2 games were conducted. And the students over here, you can see 1 correct answer is given by the students and the time taken by the student. So this is how you communicate or you conduct a classroom using the live classroom option. Now let's understand again how to use the broadcast option. In broadcast option, skip preview. Let's understand the broadcast mode. So start the presentation. Now you can see in the broadcast mode, the major difference is that you have directly the chat option and you have directly the video option. But in this mode, the students can interact much with you. They don't have an option to talk to you, but if they want to interact with you, they can use the like option or ask question mark option. If the student wants to raise a question, he will click on the question mark option. All the features are similar to that of the live mode. Now let's understand the without broadcast mode. In without broadcast mode, you can see all the options are there are same, but you can't interact with students. No audio, no video or chat interaction is there in without broadcast. So how to use this mode? So you need to couple this mode with Google Meet or a meeting platform. There are many meeting platforms that you can use. This mode would be helpful for you in a physical classroom. Once you are there in physical classroom and you are presenting on board, all the students are having their own tabs or mobile phones. They could see this screen that you have shared with them. They could see the presentation in their mobile phones and you can discuss it on personal level in the classroom setup. This mode is similar or that we have discussed previously. All the options are similar to the previous things. You can see from here all the students that are active, all the students that are inactive, all the students that have liked, all the students that have raised questions. This was all about the classroom. Now consider that you are remotely teaching your students and at your end suddenly there is some disruption. You lose your internet connectivity or by mistakenly you close the Chrome tab or something has interrupted you and you close the tab. How to regain your classroom? Let's understand that. So I'm abruptly closing my Chrome tab. Now consider that you are at a question and you abruptly leave the classroom. Just log in to Learnico, do the teacher's login, the classroom option. See, you can see the tab. You just need to join it. Once you join the tab, you would be asked which mode are you in, and you would start from the very slide or the very question that you were on. Now I was on the question tab, and when I left the tab, students were trying to answer it. Now the students have already answered the question and you can directly see the stats. So smooth interactivity and smooth continuation is provided in this software.
Let's go to Learnico website. Now go to student login. Here click on join the classroom. Now search the name of your institute. Select your institute. Now you will have to enter your learner pin. A learner pin is like a roll number of a student. Every student has unique learner pin. This learner pin will be sent to you by your teacher. Let's enter the learner pin. Currently, you are not connected to any class. So, to join the classes, click on Connect with Pin. So here, you have to enter the classroom pin. Entering the classroom pin is a one-time activity. This pin will be saved for further use. The classroom pin will be given to you by your teacher. Let's enter the classroom pin. So, you have successfully connected to the class. Now wait for the teacher to start the presentation. Please allow the permissions to access microphone and camera. Here you can see the presentation has started. This presentation will be controlled by your teacher. You can see the slides moving back and forth. Under the slide you can see various buttons such as like, question mark, chat, raise hand, connection re-establish. Let's see the use of each button. Students can use like button to show the teacher that they have understood the content. If any student has a question, then he can use the question button to ask doubts to the teacher. So type your question. And submit it. The teacher can see your question and can take appropriate action. The chat feature is similar to the question feature. When you click on it, a dialog box appears. You can type your message and the entire class can see. Next is raising the hand. If you have a doubt and you want to clarify it immediately, you can raise your hand. When the teacher permits you to speak, you can ask your doubt. Your doubts can be heard by entire class. Next option is connection re-establishment. If you are facing some trouble with your internet or the slides are not loading properly, click on this button to re-establish the connection. Next is settings. From settings, you can choose your default microphone and speaker for communications. Click on done. Now let's see how to answer questions using desktop mode. In this question, select the option which you feel appropriate. If you don't know the answer to this question, then use I don't know the answer option. Now click on next. A confidence meter is shown on the screen. If you are very confident about your answer, then move the slider to the right. If you are not sure what you have answered, move the slider to the left and click on submit button. Your answer is submitted. The correct answer will be shown by the teacher. Let's go to the next question. Now this is a multiple choice, multiple answer questions. If you wish to select multiple answers, just toggle the switches in front of the option and click on next. Now click on submit. You can see the correct answer here. Now let's see how to solve sequencing question. To solve this question, you have to arrange the given options in correct sequence. To arrange the options, click on the dots and Move the options up or down as per your choice. Click on Next. Here you can see the correct answer. So in this way you can use Learnico app from desktop mode. Now while using, if you accidentally close your Chrome browser, let's see how to reconnect. Open the app again and press Ctrl plus Shift plus T, and you will be connected right back from the screen which you left. So in this way you can use Learnico app through desktop mode.
Let us now see the reports generated and its type after conducting a classroom. Here on the dashboard, click on the Reports tab. A summary page will be opened. There you can see the information tabs for classroom, sessions, questions and time. On the home page, there is a distribution of types of reports. Classroom specific reports, which consists of progress reports, certainty analysis, performance report, student report. Next is the student specific reports, where you get student summary, subject performance, SWOT analysis, and at last there is teacher specific report, which consists of all classroom summary. On the left hand side you get a listed menu for all the types of reports. You can see the last session date and time details here. Let us see in detail. Progress report. Here we get the insights on all the session for specific classrooms. You just need to select the classroom and subject in the filter. Here you get details of the classroom as per the given headings in the table. The details are about a recent session. Now, learner summary. Details like learner name, gender, sessions attended, correctness percentage, confidence percentage, and performance group are present here. Then there is a performance group pie chart which shows the data of student from the performance group they lie in. This is unit-wise classroom performance data. You can change the filter options for another class and get the detailed report for it. Certainty analysis. Here you get the filter option to select classroom and subject to obtain the report. It is a graphical report based on the percentage of correctness of the answer given by the learner and the level of confidence they had while answering a particular question. Here, confidence is placed on the y-axis and the correctness is placed on the x-axis. The teacher can analyze about the student's understanding of the topic. This report is generated for every class you conduct. Performance report. Using the filters, a teacher can know how their students performed during a given period. Here, teacher can select the dates or timeline for generating data for the student's performance. As you can see, a graph is generated where the details about the learner's count and the correctness percentage is displayed for different dates. This is called as performance timeline. All the details are color coded. There are zoom in and zoom out options present here. Students report. This report shows the performance of all students for specific classroom. Apply filters and get different student data for different classes. Details related to learner's name, gender, sessions attended, correctness percentage, confidence percentage, group performance are generated. Student summary. Here you get an overview of the student's performance across the timeline. Select the name of the student and get their individual reports. As you can see, the details are obtained under these heads. Subject Performance Report. This report generates the data for student performance versus classroom performance. Select a particular student and apply filter. The data is based on student correctness, average correctness, and student confidence. SWOT analysis. Here, in this report, a student's strengths and areas of improvement are obtained. Just select the classroom, subject, and the student name and apply filter. Teacher-specific reports. This report gives an overview of teaching plan's status for all classrooms. As you can see, details are obtained under these headings. You can download these reports in the form of Excel sheets by clicking on Export Excel. Click on Export Excel and download the reports separately. This is how the reports look in an Excel sheet. That's all about the reports. Thank you.